I always got to break out the Russian accent, keeps people on their toes. What's up, y'all? John Melton coming to you live with mylifestyleacademy.com. And listen, y'all, if you don't know Kayla Betts, you're going to learn today, because I'm going to tell you something. We've been working together for years now, and to see her growth, to see her progress, to see how she shows up, and not only is she crushing it, as you probably saw in the title, 150 new customers every 30 days. Personally, we're not talking about her team. We're talking about personal production. 360,000 in personal sales in the last 12 months, mostly from social media. But she also, and I clarified this with her right before we went live. I'm like, you're recruiting like 5 to 10 people a month also, right? Is it something like, she goes, no, that is what it is. I'm like, yes. So why do I point that out? Because we talk a lot about sales. We talk a lot about marketing, attraction marketing, creating curiosity, how to sell and promote your products in a way that's unique and fun and informative and educational and entertaining and all the things. And Kayla is amazing at all of the above, but she's also building a team. She's using her skill set to attract customers, but also attract business builders. And we've got this big in October, and she's one of the people that not only qualified out of 20,000 people, but she's got multiple people on her team that qualified. So that's what we call hashtag leverage and hashtag duplication. Kayla, what's up? So excited to have you on.
I'm excited. So how do you want to start? Where do you want me to start off at?
I would love for you to start a little bit about your story and your background, because I think sometimes people see the glory, but they don't know the story. You know what I'm saying? Like they see people like you and me, and they're like, of course they're doing well. They're so confident, they're so consistent, and they do this and they do that, but they don't know the backstory. So can you share with everybody, your story, where you came from, and also, what's been your network marketing journey? Because I know your story, but a lot of people don't realize what you had to go through to get to this point. So I think that'll be powerful for people to hear.
So I am a mom of 3 beautiful kids under the ages of 8. Okay. I'm a football mama. I'm a cheerleader mama. I am super busy. I found actually Modere back in 2017 when it was M3. Okay. And I loved Modere. I loved the products, but I was a newbie to the industry, and I was very like a puppy dog. I just followed people. And I left Modere, and I found out the grass was not greener on the other side. I went to another company. I didn't like it. I wasn't happy. It wasn't a family environment. I felt overworked and underappreciated. So I quit network marketing. I said, It's just not for me. You either have to be rich or you got to be rich to win. So I became very negative, and just quit. Then the pandemic happened. And as we know, life just came to shambles. I went back on welfare. I went back to the hood, and just my life was decreasing. And I was like, this isn't it. I'm fat. I'm broke. Like, what is going on here? And I was doing 3 kids in virtual school at the time. Wow. So I went back to what I knew, which was Modere back in 2021. And in the first 6 months, I was extremely coachable. I was willing to learn. I did all of the trainings. I didn't miss one. I was on your broadcast. I made sure every single day I was feeding my mind. And in the first 6 months, I became a platinum black in Modere, which is not easy to do so. And I've been holding that rank for 2 years straight. I've been a platinum black, and I've never dropped.
And just for those of you that don't know, because I know we got people on here from like different companies and stuff, that's over 15,000 in personal sales, not team. That's not a team rank. That is personal sales. And I remember when they announced those ranks and being like, nobody's going to do that. Right. And now it's like people like you just do that every month easily. Like
we're just crushing it.
Yeah.
So, I started to, utilize my social media platforms. And in the first year of Modere, I made over 6 figures from 2021 to 2022. And I literally just learned to utilize social media because it's trending. Everybody is on social media, dentist office, preschools, teachers, everybody is on social media. So why not keep up with the way the world is moving? So I started to utilize all my platforms on social media and really kind of work on building my brand. And let me just say this, social media will take your business to the next level. Okay. We are social retailers, and being known, I found a way to utilize social media on every single platform. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm on it. I realized to get your brand out there, you got to think like a TV commercial. It needs to be on repeat on all platforms because you never know who's going to come across your page.
Yeah.
So my first year, I was a little rocky with my sales, but I learned one thing: to build a relationship with my potentials. I stopped becoming a salesperson. I am not a salesperson. I call myself a customer service person, where I'm here to service the customer or service the potential person and really find out what they want and what they need.
Love it.
For 2 years, my client base is 150 plus each month. Never, no less. And that is by me just being a human being, asking extra questions and literally finding what they want. That's the thing. We think we know what they want, but we don't.
Right.
Asking these extra questions has built me a stable customer pod, that's what I'm here for. You don't need to be recruiting to make money in here. My first year, I didn't recruit at all. I didn't. Remember, I went to your training. I said I didn't recruit. I don't ask questions. I left John's recruit training and I literally started asking these extra questions. What do you need? And you'd be surprised what people tell you what they need after asking that 5 little question. So I started with no experience, no team. I'm very different. If you guys have not noticed, I don't look like your typical network marketer. I'm very extra: the nails, the hair, the tattoos. I found a way to be myself and make it a brand to where I can sell anything. If I want to sell a paperclip, I could sell a paperclip. People are not buying my product. They are buying my brand. And I learned in this industry, people want to buy you.
Yep.
That's it. They want to buy you and not what product, whether you're selling paper clips or pencils. It does not matter. So I built a brand within 2 years of myself. I call myself the Snap Sauce. Everybody in Modern News, who is the sauce queen? I found something that kind of worked for me and my lifestyle. And I found it's okay to be me.
Yeah.
It's okay to be vibrant, disruptive. It's okay to be extra.
Yeah.
So I found a way to make it a brand.
Well, in fact, I encourage it, right? Because
yes.
if and you kind of touched on this, but if you're just like vanilla, right, and you're just like everyone else, you're not going to stand out. You're not going to get attention. The number one rule on social media is don't be boring. Now, I know some people are going to go, but I don't have those nails, and I don't have tattoos, and I don't have an awesome weight loss story, and I'm not. Yeah, but you know what? You don't need to be Kayla, and you don't need to be the hyper spiky blonde hair guy. Like, you need to figure out who you are, who you can help, how you can serve them. And guess what? Building a brand is hard. But here's the beauty. Once you do, you never have to worry about money again. Like Kayla said, she can sell paper clips because people are buying her. She's built that know, like, and trust. Yes, it takes time, but once you crack the code and you go from being a liability to an asset, you go from lacking confidence and belief to having absolute certainty on who you can help and how you're going to show up and the kind of content you're going to create, the opportunities are there every single day. I mean, Kayla has leads every single day. She has an opportunity to connect with new people every single day. I interviewed Cindy Curry recently. She went from like 3,000 followers on Instagram to 50,000 in like 10 days.
I'm stalking her. Let me tell you, I'm stalking Cindy Curry. If you're watching this, baby, I've been stalking you from the day one. I said, what in the world?
Yes, that's crazy.
It's crazy how you could be low and you wake up the next day and you're viral.
Yes.
That's the beauty of social media. You may not be where you are today, but you could wake up tomorrow and be 15 steps ahead and wake up the next day and keep on going. And that's the beauty of this. You don't have to be like a John Milton where everybody knows John and Nadia. You don't have to be an Eric Worre or Marina Worre where everybody knows them. Start today, reinvent yourself.
Yes.
Be your most authentic self. And if you are extra, be extra.
I love that.
If you are the chicken lady with all the chickens, make that part of your brand. You have to utilize what you have and make it work for you. I am me. And I noticed on social media, being extra and different is what attracts people.
Yes.
I don't want to look like John and Nadia. I don't. I want my bank account like them. Yes. But I don't want to look like John and Nadia because that would not work for my brand. So don't think you have to act or be somebody else that you're not.
Yes.
Be you. People like authenticity. They don't want the actors and all the things. Be you. And I learned that I am very different, but that's okay.
It's
Because it
perfect.
works for me. It
Yeah.
works for me in my business.
Yes. And can you talk about, like, how does someone step into that? Like, if someone's starting out, because obviously I know the one thing that we always hear, and I'm sure you hear this too, right? People are like, I don't know what my brand is, or I don't know what to talk about. And by the way, you shouldn't start out on TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Like, you want to start to eventually start to branch out. But for that newer person that's like, all right, I've been hearing about building a brand, but this is speaking to me. It's making sense. Where do I start? What would you tell that person?
So I actually just had this conversation with my team. Is Facebook. Facebook is the OG of network marketing.
Yep.
Okay. TikTok is just trending right now. Facebook almost validates what you say because we have the replay. They're able to scroll back. So I tell people, share your story once a week. People need to hear your story, whether it's sad, happy, crazy, emotional. You need to hear your story because you need to be relatable. Someone out in this world is going to find your story relatable, and that's going to be on Facebook. Then you're going to funnel them to all other media platforms. Facebook needs to be the first place that you're building your business and your brand. And how you're going to want to do it is, I tell my girls, pick 5 things that excite you, that you want people to come to your page for, whether it's cooking, shopping, budgeting, losing weight, collagen. You want to find your niche, and you're going to want to run with it and create content on those 5 pieces. You know, I follow Brian Fryer, and it's always the 5 pillars. And I'm a strong believer that when you have your pillars, you know what you're going to post every single day or every single week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you're going to develop your brand. And if those 5 pillars don't work, you change them. You know,
Yeah.
I think people need to understand finding a brand is hard, but you're overthinking.
Yeah.
A lot of us have our brand, but we didn't realize it's our brand.
Yeah.
You know, I was always nails, hairs, and tattoos. I'm like, that's my brand.
Yeah.
That is my brand. So a lot of us are overthinking, and really starting on Facebook is the best way, because TikTok and Instagram, they have to catch you live.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the following base or the customers, you are talking to dead air, and that's okay. You want to keep on doing it, but start on Facebook and find 5 things about your life that you want to share with people.
Yeah.
Maybe you are like Cindy Curry. She's the collagen lady. She's showing you our products and other things that kind of change your life. She's teaching things where you can go to her page and you can learn. It's the same thing with Facebook. Teach them how to do this. Talk to them. Be funny, and find 5 things, and it really works. It really works.
It really is so funny too, because, you know, you mentioned this, but, you know, let's say it's cooking or it's hiking or it's, you know, fitness. Like, it doesn't always have to be stuff that you make money on. In fact, most of what you share should just be, like you said, value. The
Yes.
3 E's. It should entertain, educate, or empower. And then if you can really take it to that next level with relatability and even shareable content, where they're like, damn, Kayla did this post or did this reel, or John and Nadia shared something that, like, I got to tag people in that, or I got to share that in my story, or I got to share that insight, that video. I want to share that with my audience, my network. That's next level. But you start out with, like, how am I going to help the person that either knows me really well or they have no idea who I am. They land on my page and they're going to know who I am, what I represent, how I can serve them. And again, you can sell and promote things you don't make money on. It doesn't always have to be like, how can I sell my products? That is such a low vibration mentality. Like, how do I sell my juice? Like, if that's how you're showing up with that commission breath, you're going to turn off really good people, because most people, they're not going to just buy your product because maybe, number one, you're just getting started. Number two, they don't want to waste their money, waste their time, get their hopes up. But if you start to show up on a consistent basis, which is what Kayla absolutely does, and then you're also connecting on the back end. And maybe you could talk a little bit about that, Kayla. Like, what are some of the tactics or behaviors that you would recommend for people that, you know, they start creating content, but then it's like, okay, now what? I'm getting some likes, I'm getting some comments, I'm getting some engagement. What do you suggest?
I would suggest that you keep going. You keep taking it to the next level. When I create content, I'm always trying to find a way how my content can make content. And the idea is to kind of put your business on auto mode. If you're constantly showing up people are going to find a way to connect to your content.
Yeah.
And for me, I like being personable. I like being transparent. And I like letting people in my life to kind of see how I'm moving. A lot of us don't show transparency. We're kind of scared. We're intimidated. We're like, I don't want them in my life. But what you have to understand is people need to understand where you're coming from.
Ooh, that's good.
So the more that you are transparent and that you open up, the more trustworthy you become. It's the most less work you have to do. To be honest, I don't have to fight for a sale because I've been sharing my story for years to where you can scroll back and you can refine point A to point B to point C. You have to understand this took me years to build where I am today. I didn't wake up one day and have all of these followers and all these sales. It was years of showing up and showing people my life. It's the same thing if you were to go on TikTok and you find somebody that's now a millionaire from TikTok. How much content did they have to make and create and respond to get to where they are? There's levels to this. Now, how fast you want to move is up to you. I go live every day, no matter what. I'm leaving for the beach after this call.
Nice.
I was supposed to leave at 9. I said, nope, I have business to do. This business is created where you work it at your time and pace and what you put in and what you get back. A lot of us think we just make a video and we're going to have a sale. No. Spread out your content and be consistent on every single platform, and there's no excuses. So I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. 6 ways you can find my brand. I have funneled it out because maybe you only follow me on Facebook. Right. Maybe you only follow me on TikTok. I realized that the more I put myself out there, my brand is being seen. It's being out there. And I'm standing out better than the next person who's selling trim. Me and Cindy Curie sell the same collagen, right? But people want to follow her for her collagen and her tactics. She's standing out by educating people and doing a little bit more.
Yeah.
I like to go live and talk to my customers every single day. I like to build relationships. And this business is designed to be built on a relationship.
Where do you go live, by the way?
Every platform, except for IG.
So you
I
have
don't go live on Instagram just yet.
Do you have like 2 phones, 3 phones at the same time?
No.
You do it all separate.
I'm going to tell you why, and I think this is what's working for me. Each platform gets different energy. Facebook is more, I'm business. We're going to use the word less ratchet. I am more about my business. TikTok, I will be in a bonnet, a scarf, pajamas. I'm in rare, raw form.
Got it.
Okay. Instagram, I try to put the face on. Each platform deserves different energy and hype because they're all different. Algorithms are different. So for me, doing live for one stream, I can't. I like to show people, hey, here's my business side. Here's me in rare form with the kids running around, dogs, pure chaos. And then IG, I'm like a little bit more dolled up, put myself together, just because there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
I like that TikTok can see me in rare form so they can see how I'm juggling mom life, business, and they watch me literally grow and shrink every single day. My business is exploding, but I'm shrinking at the same time. So my best tip for today, don't go live with one stream. Don't.
I like that.
Because it may work for someone, but what happens if your life is chaotic and you don't have the time for live? I will wash dishes on live video for people to see me in my rare form. TikTok is not for perfect Patty.
Yeah.
And I feel like more people, when you realize you don't have to wake up and put makeup on to go live, wake up, brush your teeth, please brush your teeth, but then go live, okay? And show them, guys, how you're building a business or how you're losing weight. Effortlessly, is what I call it.
Yeah. Well, it's cool too, because, with Facebook, it's kind of like this live we're doing right now. We're streaming this in like 6 different places on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Like people can go back and watch the replay.
Right.
I don't think that's really the deal with TikTok, right? TikTok's more like you're talking to people that are on with you right now. And then when it's over, it's over. That's it. You're not like repurposing that. So that's, it's kind of like Periscope for those of you that have been around. Like whoever's on is on, and that's who I'm talking to, but there's no repurposing. So I really, really love that. And then, so Kirsty says, how long do you go live on each platform?
All right. So TikTok is designed where you need to go live for an hour or more, no less. To get in the TikTok algorithm, I have studied this and studied my analytics every single day. I'm a numbers kind of gal. The longer you are, the more you're going into the algorithm. That's why you see TikTokers on for 3-4 hours at a time. Me personally, my cutoff is 1 hour minimum, 3 hours max. I'm a mom. My house will be into shambles if I'm not done in 3 hours. Facebook is an hour to 2 hours because there's a replay.
Yeah.
What they don't see right now during live, they can catch back in a replay where they're able to catch you.
Yeah.
Instagram, I've done a few lives. Instagram is made to be on long as well because people don't always hop on right away. So Facebook, an hour minimum. No less, okay? Because an hour is a great way to kind of meet, greet, get new followers, and engage. TikTok, the longer you stay on, the more people you will engage in.
Yeah.
So a little funny
and
story.
you kind of have people hop on, hop off,
Yes.
hop on, hop off. Yeah.
So I lost 3 TikToks. I lost at 100,000 followers,
Wow.
88,000 followers, and then 24,000 followers. I'm on my 4th account at 40. So it's constantly rebuilding, constantly getting new followers because on TikTok, you don't know when you're going to get banned. That's the crazy part. So when you build on all 3 platforms, you have a backup for your backup. You should not have 1 TikTok. You should have 2 TikToks. A backup for a backup, and then Facebook is the backup for your backup. The longer you are on TikTok, the better your views and the algorithm, and then you're getting new followers.
Yeah. And y'all, just let's be clear. This is what Kayla does full time. Like she is a boss. She is crushing. Her goal is to build a 7-figure business. So for those of you getting started, you don't have to go live for multiple hours a day. In fact, I would tell those of you that are newish, which is probably going to be a lot of you. And I always know it's the same questions we get over and over again. What time should I go live? What should I talk about? How long should I go live? That answer depends on the person. Kayla's answer to that is different than mine. And different than we're talking about Cindy, right? Different than the next person that you talk to. But I will tell you this, for those of you getting started and you're struggling or you haven't really dialed in that brand yet, go live every day for 5 minutes on Facebook. And for those of you that got on late, Kayla said this, start with Facebook. Why is Facebook money? Because number one, most people are on Facebook. Most people that are going to be attracted to network marketing are in Facebook. Listen, there's a lot of people on every platform. Every platform has a lot of people. Otherwise, we wouldn't know that platform even existed. But like Twitter, as an example, that's not where I would spend my time if I'm trying to build a network marketing business. Right? There's just some platforms that just aren't ideal, right? Starting a YouTube channel, that does not make sense for 99.9% of the people. But most of you already have a Facebook. You're watching this. Most of you are watching this on Facebook. Number two, what I love about Facebook, because we obviously use the ATM system, right? Add, tag, message. We add people to our groups to learn more about the products and the opportunity. If you connect with someone on Facebook, you can easily friend them up, or you're already friends with them and add them to the group. And there's this magical thing called Facebook groups. So I would have a goal. If you're taking notes, write this down. Go live every day on Facebook for 5 minutes. Challenge yourself, maybe for 2 weeks. Go live every morning or every night. People are like, what time should I go live? When it's convenient for you. Don't worry about your network. Because look, people will find you if you have good content. And if you have not so great content, well, that's good because you don't want a lot of people witnessing that, right? So I'm glad a lot of y'all didn't know me when I first started videos 10 years ago. But I would go live every day for 5 minutes. Do that for 14 days. You'll get a lot of clarity over 14 days. Then, and I love that Kayla mentioned this, 5 pillars. What are 5 things that you love? What are 5 things you could talk about? What are 5 things you're into, right? Maybe you join some local groups. Maybe you're really into Peloton. Join some Peloton groups. Like, what are the things you're into? And join some groups and go make some freaking friends. Because if you're out there making friends every single day, and then you're creating your content every single day, telling your story, and people are seeing you consistently, eventually, either A, when you reach out to them, they're going to be interested. They just didn't reach out, but you reached out to them. Or B, they're going to raise their hand. They're going to like, comment. They're going to engage. And this is the power of social media. It's not going to happen overnight, but the time is going to pass anyway. The time is going to pass anyway. And before we know it, it's going to be 2028. Think about 2018. Think about 2023. Like literally this year flew by. 5 years ago, flew by. The next 5 years, guess what? It's going to fly by. And you're either going to wish you started building a brand, taking the advice that Kayla's giving you right now, or you're going to be regretful. So get after it. Start creating some content. Start telling your story. And don't just make it about like, how do I make a buck? How do I sell my thing? Because the sales will come effortlessly, like Kayla said. Kayla, any last tips? Because I know you got to get to the beach and we appreciate you being available. Any last tips for those busy mamas out there that are like, I want this to work, but I feel like I'm all over the place. I don't have that focus. Maybe they're not really on a team that has the kind of leadership and mentorship that you offer for your team. What would you tell that person that's like, I want to step into my potential, but I'm a mom. I got a lot going on. I got a full-time job. What would you tell that person would be like the most important things to focus on to get to where they want to get to?
And the most thing is just, I would have to say, is showing up even though you don't want to. Like literally, I do the 90-day challenge for my team. And I got that from you when we first started way back in the dinosaur ages. 90 days of different topics every single day to where we all have an opinion, something to talk about. And I found a way to incorporate my kids and family to where I was doing it effortlessly. That's why I say some days on TikTok, I wake up, I go live, I'm making breakfast with the kids running around because this is my life. This is actual, I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom, not this internet mom. I don't have a nanny. I don't have these things. It's literally showing up even though you don't want to. And in the long run, it's going to kind of benefit you. So what I tell my girls, go live 90 days, whether it's for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, at least you're putting your face out there.
Yes.
And every single day, improve 1%. Do a little more you did from the day before. Then the same thing, keep on going. In 90 days, you've grown 90%. In 90 days, if you grow 1%. So whether you're busy and all the things, you have time to scroll on Facebook. If you have time to be in all these groups and chats and all the things, you have time to show up for business, period. So you got to kind of have a conversation with yourself to change your mindset. So I would honestly do personal development. That's what changed my mindset, is when I was constantly feeding it. And I'm like, well, no, I do have the time. It was me making excuses. No matter how busy we are, because we all have lives, we all are on social media. We're all nosy. We all scroll. We have 5 minutes on the toilet. You have 5 minutes in the grocery store in between diaper change. You have 5 minutes during walking the dog.
Yep.
It's about stopping the excuses and finding a reason to get it done, because everyone's schedule is different.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what works for you. It may not work for me. But I will tell you this. I show up no matter what. Sick, sad, happy, or glad, because business never stops. Nike doesn't shut down if he's having a bad day. Starbucks doesn't shut down if they're having a bad day. So if you're serious about your business, there are no days off.
Yeah.
And I am a Platinum Black Elite 1, and I'm not where I want to be. Even when I am where I want to be, I was still pushing myself to the next limit.
Yep. There's always another level.
There's always another level, and there's always room for improving. You see John doing trainings. He's already out there, and I see him and Nadia traveling to the next train, take their business to the next level. So why would you not want to do trainings or invest your time when the big dogs are? That's how I look at it.
Right.
You have to constantly keep evolving the mindset. It's the most powerful thing you have. And if your mindset's not there, your business is not going to be where it wants to be.
Right. I always like to say you've never arrived. You never really arrived. Like there's always that and Tony Robbins calls it CANI, constant and never ending improvement. CANI, constant, never ending improvement. And for those of you that are like, okay, well, 14 days, 90 days, whatever it is, I start creating content, what would be some great advice? I'll tell you, I learned this from Ray Higdon, which, by the way, Ray's going to be on Money Monday. Right? Yeah, the 7th. So we're going to have Ray on in a couple days. But I learned this from Ray Higdon years ago, and it's ILT, invest, learn, teach. Invest time into learning something, and then turn around and teach it. Invest, learn, teach. So if you're struggling with content, start with that, right? What did you learn from Kayla today? What are like 3 takeaways? And you turn around and record a video. Maybe you're learning about your product. Maybe you're learning about fitness. Maybe you're learning about hiking, whatever, right? You turn around and teach the stuff you're learning, not because you're an expert, but because you just learned something that you found valuable. Like, let me give you a real quick example. I've never changed a tire. Never, not once. I will outsource that if it ever happens. If I ever have to change a tire, I'm paying somebody, anybody, right? But let's say you pulled over and you go, yo, you got a flat tire. Like, do you need some help? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to say, well, what's your background? Do you have a college education in tire changing? No, I'm not going to say, do you have years of experience? How many tires have you changed? I'm not going to ask that, right? You're offering to help me. I might not even ask you, but let's just say I said, oh, okay, so you're familiar with changing tires, and this was your answer. Let's say this was your answer hypothetically. Let's say your answer was, well, no, not really, but I have done it once. I'm going to say, word, help me out, because you've only done it one time, not thousands of times, hundreds of times, not dozens of times. You've literally done it one time. That's one more time than I've done it. Do you guys get that? You don't have to be Kayla or me or a top earner or making a full-time income. You don't have to be some legendary top performer. You could literally have one customer, and that's one more customer than the person that has none, right? You've had one live video that you've done. Well, that's one more video than someone that's never done a live video. So I want you to step into your potential, get out of your own way. That analysis paralysis is a real issue for a lot of us. So the sooner you can just step into your potential and start doing the do, then eventually you're going to be like Kayla. And now at this point, she's got what's called habits, right? She doesn't even need the discipline anymore. These are now habits for her to go live, to talk to her audience, to get customers, to work with her team. Like, she's developed these skills and these habits that, like, she could take that with her the rest of her life. And that's the power in building a brand. That's the power in developing these skills, because you can literally, your whole team could go bye-bye and you can rebuild a whole new team. And this is the key to success. And this is why I love this profession so much, because it does give you the lifestyle, the freedom. It gives you the impact that you can make on other people by simply helping people the way Kayla's helping you right now, the way I'm trying to help you right now. But the sooner you say, okay, I want to help people, I want to make a difference. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about who I can help, because there's people, like Kayla said, that you're going to connect to, that you're going to relate to. They're not going to see my videos. They're not going to see her videos. They're going to see your videos, but only if you get over yourself. Kayla, I appreciate you so much. Also, where can people find you or follow you to see what you do?
So you can find me on any platform. Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. And I would recommend, if you're watching this or replaying, your upline is not the only way where you can get information from. I want you guys to understand, it's not your upline's job to make you successful. It's not your upline's job to build your business. If you're not getting what you want, branch out. Yes. Follow new people, ask questions. I've been stalking Cindy Curie. My team would tell you. I was at my own Texas retreat and I was like, guys, this lady went from here to here. Every hour I've been screenshotting her thing, stalking her, so I can kind of see what she's doing, learning from it. Right. I highly recommend finding people where you can connect with, where you want to learn and learn from them, because it's not just your upline. If you joined a team and you're not getting what you need, Modere has thousands of people that are willing to help you. And that's one of the cool things. We are like a family. Yeah. If I need anything, I can reach out to John. I can reach out to anybody else on the team. Marina Simone, Brand, Amber, Tony Zalecki, anybody. Yep. So if you're not getting what you want from your direct line or your upline, make friends. Yeah. Go to conferences. It's the best place to build. We're network marketing.